Hi everyone. In today's video, I want to talk about how I got my job as an engineering manager and how you can too. First, I'm going to talk about the engineering career track. And a quick caveat, in this video, I'm talking about companies that have an established tech team. So let's say they have more than 50 people in engineering. Early stage startups are great. I've worked for them in the past, but I wouldn't recommend them for getting your first promotion into engineering management. Now, career tracks vary depending on the company, and for details on a particular company, you can go to progression.fyi. If you create an account there, you can see tech career frameworks for various tech companies. And you'll notice that there are differences between each company. However, there are broad similarities between them. So I'll give sort of a broad blended career framework which can apply to most companies. At the beginning, you have associate engineer or a similar role. And this is for new graduates, either from university or from a coding bootcamp. Then you'll have one or more engineer levels. For example, engineer 1, engineer 2, engineer 3. And at some point that will change to senior engineer levels. So you have senior engineer 1, senior engineer 2. And then the next step from there is typically a staff engineer or a principal engineer. However, in most companies, when you get to this point of senior engineer who's ready to become a principal or a staff engineer, there's a fork in the road where you can either continue down the technical career path or you can make a switch into people management. If you are a senior engineer and you think you're in a position to make the jump into people management and that's what you want to do, then my advice to you is to ask for it. There have been a few times in my career where I've directly asked for something. One was when I wanted an opportunity to become a tech lead. And another was when I wanted to become an engineering manager. Both times when I asked my manager, it happened for me very quickly. So once you tell your manager you want something, they can start to work to make it happen for you. Where people have problems, in my experience, is that they don't ask for it. They either don't ask for anything, so their manager is never able to help them because their manager doesn't know what they want, or they ask for multiple things. For example, if you say, I think I want to be an engineering manager, and I also want to do more architecture work, and I also would like to get transferred to another team so that I can do more Golang. It's very hard for your manager to help you because you've got conflicting priorities. So once you ask your manager for help, you tell them that you want to become an engineering manager. Take any opportunity you can get. I initially started managing one associate engineer and helping my manager with various admin tasks, and gradually took on more responsibility until I was managing a whole engineering team. Next, I want to talk about how different the EM role is versus being an individual contributor. Becoming an engineer manager is not a promotion in the same way that going from engineer to senior engineer is. And I just want to warn anyone about that who's thinking about making the move to engineering management. There is definitely some carryover, and there are some technical skills where there are some places where your technical skills will help. However, for me, it felt like a career change, like I was learning something completely new. Incidentally, that's one of the things that appealed to me. But the biggest difference, I would say, is that you're no longer judged by the value you deliver on your own. For example, writing code. You're judged by how you improve your team and also by how you improve the engineering organization as a whole through, various initiatives that you might lead and start. So I don't want to put you off, because I've really loved the challenge of becoming an engineering manager. And honestly, if it does put you off, that you would lose some of the technical hands-on parts of your job, then engineering management is probably not for you, and you can have a very successful career staying technical. Okay, to summarize, 3 steps to becoming an engineering manager. Number 1, establish yourself as a strong senior engineer at a company with a decent sized engineering organization. Number 2, tell your manager that you want to become an engineering manager. And number 3, be prepared to feel like a newbie again.